Bad news on the coolant control valves for the 3.0 Duramax diesels, as the warranty coverage seems to have just been replaced. It's no longer covered under Powertrain. We're seeing emission code E on there, and I'm going to go into the details on what that coverage actually is, in my opinion, as I've seen it. And we're going to go over what it's going to cost if this ends up coming out of your pocket, how long the coverage really is. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just get into it. So the most common code is the P1098. And what's going to happen is your fans are going to run on high. This code's going to set. The engine doesn't know if it's going to overheat or if it's running too hot at any time, because the valve controls the coolant flow throughout the engine. So it goes into a fail-safe mode and the fans will run at all times. So again, that's the P1098 code. Like I said, is like the super most common code out there right now, and it's coolant control valve. So it used to be covered under the Powertrain warranty, and I do have the coverage codes right here, which we're going to get into in just a moment. But emission code E is what popped up there. It used to be a P for Powertrain, which would have been 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. But now this emission code E, that's just a little 2-year, 24,000-mile warranty. But it also falls under bumper to bumper. But again, like I said, we're going to get into that a little bit deeper in just a moment. But I went through each model year to verify, because maybe it was just certain model years that were changed, but no, it seems to be all of them. Like I said, I just did this. This was the Chevy side. I didn't do the Suburban. I didn't do the GMC Sierra or the Yukon, just because the coverage is going to be the same on these as far as I'm aware. So I could be wrong, but Silverado, Tahoe, these are all reading emission code E, and this change seemed to have come in effect on February 1st, 2025. So if you're going to be on the internet and you're looking at cost comparisons, why did these people get it covered when I couldn't get it covered? Well, this is why. They had it all done prior. Then the other discussion that I see on the internet is, well, they can't just change warranty coverage in the middle, and I agree with that, but I mean, I don't know the legalities of it. If it was a mistake on their end, then they're able to correct it. So I don't know what the cause of this change is necessarily. Did they realize that these are failing at an alarming rate and they can't keep up? Which seems to be the case, because the part is always on back order. The LM2s have become more available, and the LZ0s are the ones on back order, and unfortunately that's anywhere from 1 to 3 months right now. LM2 engines, that seems to be a fairly quick, within a week. The dealerships can typically get the parts, in my use case and what I've seen. So we're going to continue on here. So the emission coverage versus bumper to bumper versus emission select component. So if you have the dealership run your warranty coverage, you're going to see bumper to bumper on there. You're going to see an emission select component. That's not where this falls under. And let me get into that. So if we look up what the emission codes are, so we can see it right here. These are the coverage codes. This E right here, that's the designation for 2-year, 24,000 miles. Now, if we go down to E2 would be displayed if it was covered under the 880, which is not the case. This is just a straight E warranty, emission code E. Now these are the other codes right here. This is our Powertrain right there, and that's going to tell you what if that falls under Powertrain warranty, which again, like I said, it no longer does. So you're probably concerned with, well, how much is this going to cost me? Well, I did that breakdown on my prior video, most common 3.0 Duramax issue, coolant control valve, and that's how I opened this video. I told you how it is the most common issue with these trucks right now, and I still stand behind that. I did adjust my prices a little bit based off of that video, because you can obtain the parts for a little bit cheaper if you're resourceful, and the labor, that's going to vary. So I want to throw a little something out here. So in the 22.5, the new body style, the labor changed. So these trucks are going to be considerably cheaper for it to be replaced than these 2020 to 2022. Now, I'm not going to go into why that is, but that's a discussion that you can have in the chat boxes down below, or the comment boxes. But just throwing that out there, that the 22.5 and newer are going to be cheaper labor-wise, and that's what these numbers reflect right here. So roughly $250 to $550 in parts, in roughly 4.5 hours labor. I got the labor times from All Data, and again, that's going to vary based off of your location and how much labor rate it is if you're going to a dealership or an independent. I recommend a dealership, of course, because they're certified technicians and you're going to get good coverage with a warranty or with a part replaced at a dealership as far as warranty goes. And as you know, these seem to fail quite often. But if you haven't seen it, I recommend you check that video out. But again, this is an alarming issue for a lot of people because it is a common issue that's popping up right now. And the coverage did go down. I know a lot of discussion online. There's a lot of arguments. It did not. Well, in my inspecting, it definitely did go to emission code E. And that coverage is 2 years, 24,000 miles, which, like I said, if you look it up under your powertrain warranty and everything, you're not going to see emission coverage on there. You'll only see emission select component. And as far as I know, it does not fall under that. So it's going to fall under your bumper to bumper 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. Again, this is my opinion. This may vary based on your dealership, but just be prepared. If this doesn't work out for you, I suggest maybe looking into an extended warranty. But when you look into an extended warranty, be sure to look at the fine details and make sure stuff like this is covered, because a lot of times the emission components aren't going to be covered, gaskets aren't covered, fluids aren't covered. There's so many loopholes in those extended warranties. So make sure you get a good one and make sure that it covers what you want it to cover. So hopefully this helps clear some air on this. Sorry for the sad information on this, but that's the truth. It did go to emission code E, and we got what we got. Hopefully it'll change back to powertrain in the future, but you never know. Till next time, see ya.